Mm. Oh my god. Вот это очень вкусно. Mm. Mm.
We take 100 grams of almond milk, add yeast to warm milk so that they stand, add a little sugar. As you know, I don't use sugar, therefore add a teaspoon of sweetener. If you mix a little, and we leave it to see how the yeast will work, such a cap should appear, then they are ready. And for the muffin, we need 3 tablespoons of sugar or sugar substitute. I have a sugar substitute. We need 2 eggs. Then we need vanilla. It turns out to be about half a teaspoon, and it all needs to be stirred very well, so that the sugar or substitute dissolves. It is not necessary to beat until frothy, just stir well. Now we need to add 5 tablespoons of almond flour there. 5 tablespoons of thoriac flour. Half a teaspoon of baking powder, half teaspoon xanthan gum. We add 100 grams of soft plum butter, mix everything a little and add our yeast, which has been infused in milk, to the broth. My milk is almond, I repeat, warm. Add yeast and milk. This mess should now be well mixed in a mixer, and if necessary, we will add more ingredients. It is too thin in consistency, so I add another 2 tablespoons of thoriac flour. It is like starch, but it is not starch and it will give our dough airiness. There are minimum calories and minimum carbohydrates, but it will be a good gluten-free dough. We start to mix even further, and where will we add 1 spoon? And here is the 9th spoonful of topiac flour. See, I added a 10th spoonful of flour and the dough is still thin, so I add another 11. Next, we have to mix to make a good dough. You know that I make a recipe, I create it before your eyes. See how it flows. I am still not satisfied with the end result, so I will add more so that the dough is not so sticky. We need it to grow and knead into the dough while it is liquid. I add 2 more spoons and we will already have 13 tablespoons. And let's add 2 more, but mix it not with a mixer, but like this. And these will be such cinnamon buns. Cinnamon roll. Meanwhile, we will make the filling. Look, our dough turned out to be very airy. For the time being we leave it so that it rises in that dish and leave it for about an hour to an hour and a half and make the filling. I promise you that it will be tasty and useful. Cover with a film and put in a warm place. I will turn on the oven, turn on the light and put it there. I will show the whole process as it will happen. Look how the dough has risen. Very beautiful and airy. Now we will make cinnamon rolls from it. This cinnamon roll is the most popular dessert here. We make the filling and show the finished result. For the filling, we need sugar or a sugar substitute. I use a substitute, then cinnamon, and plum batter without salt. I took half a pack of soft butter at room temperature. You see how creamy it is. I mix it with sugar. I have a substitute. I will remind you. I put a good tablespoon of sugar powder on half a pack of butter and mix everything well. Buns with cinnamon, so there should be a lot of cinnamon, 1 spoon and mix, 2 tablespoons will be enough. And mix well. Cream filling is ready. How delicious it will be. How much I love these rolls, these buns, but I love them especially in autumn, you know, when the leaves are yellow outside and you can feel this pleasant smell of cinnamon. Very tasty. Next, we need to prepare the mold, grease it with plum oil. This is so that our buns will be well baked and nothing will burn. And sprinkle with almond flour. And we went to spin our rolls. We take tapioca flour, sprinkle it here and now we will lay the bare dough. Friends, look how your dough has grown. It's beautiful. Look, this dough does not need to be rolled out with a rolling pin. We make a straight shape with our hands, so that it is easier to do it. Sprinkle with tapioca flour so that it does not stick or stick. Look, I touch it and it is so airy, it is so very tender. Do not touch with a rolling pin, I repeat. We apply very nicely and evenly our butter filling, where there is a lot of cinnamon. The time has come to twist everything very carefully. The most important thing is to prepare the dough correctly, so that you understand, This recipe was born before your eyes. And you will see that it will be successful because it is already visible. Buns should be about this size. We leave them for a couple of minutes so that the wines grow a little and put them in the oven. At 375 F or 180 degrees. We put the buns in the oven and we will wait for them to be ready and we will grease them with glaze. I will make the glaze from these ingredients. Mascarpone cheese, 1 tablespoon of powdered sugar and half of cheese. This is enough for today's portion and mix everything very well. It is very tasty. My buns were baked for 40 minutes. I think they have had enough. Look how good they are. Take our sauce, which I preheated for 30 seconds in the microwave, and grease each bun well. We lubricate everything very well. Look how beautiful it is.